a thermostat. Yeah, I'm giving up on looking back. Yeah, I'm itching on a photograph. Feel that rain come. Feel that rain come down. Feel that rain come. Feel that rain come. Feel that rain come. Yeah, I'm waiting on my mom and dad.
Good morning, beautiful people. I know it's not morning for everyone that's watching this, but it is for me. Actually, that's a lie. It's not for me. It's like 1 p.m. So yeah, welcome back to another full day of eating slash day in the life slash diaries of someone that lives alone during lockdown. I know there are so many other people, millions of other people in the exact same situation as me. In fact, I feel like I'm really lucky considering the circumstances, like where I live. I've still got nature, I can still walk outdoors. But yeah, the weather has been so beautiful, and because I've been out in the sun so much, that's why I look a little bit pink. So yeah. Anyways, what I'm eating for breakfast. Do you know what, guys? Do you know what? Yeah, I've been eating just really differently since we've been on lockdown. I feel like I'm not someone, and I'll talk more about this later, but I'm not someone that deals with change very well. Like, I'm a very regimented person. Like, I like to have structure with my day, and I feel like since this whole thing has been happening, I just don't have, I have put some structure in my days just so that I feel like I'm being productive and I'm working on something, and just to give myself a bit of positive energy. I guess with change, like the foods I'm craving and the foods I'm eating have just changed as well. And largely that's just based on the fact that every time I go to the grocery store, I can't always buy what I want, so I'm just eating whatever I want, which I kind of normally do anyway. But anyways, onto this epic breakfast I have got here. I have got some sourdough crumpets. These are the whole grain sourdough crumpets from Sainsbury's. On top of some of these crumpets, I have put this. Guys, let me show you. Let me just show you. I have got chocolate tahini. This is basically sesame Nutella, and it's very thick. Like, if you look at the texture, it's pretty similar to Nutella, however you say it. This is actually the nut butter review for today that I had planned, but I couldn't resist not putting it on my crumpets, so we're gonna taste it now. So yeah, on these sourdough crumpets, I've got some of the chocolate tahini, I've got some fresh raspberries, I've also drizzled over some regular tahini on some of the chocolate ones. I've got some avocado and tahini on that one. And then this white stuff, this thick white stuff is, look at that one as well. Look at that, that's a thumbnail right there. So yeah, the white stuff is, I mixed some Koyo, really thick, good, creamy coconut yogurt. The brand I always buy is Koyo. I mixed some of that thick coconut yogurt with the salted caramel maca Perform protein powder from Vivo Life. It makes like a really thick, creamy, it honestly tastes like ice cream because obviously the protein powder is sweet and tastes of salted caramel, and then you get the creaminess and which one am I gonna go in for? Do you know what? Yeah, this one first. Look at that. Nutty Foodie Fitness, I know you're salivating right now. Don't try and deny it. Cheers. Can't even tell you. Guys, that mix of the salted caramel with the chocolate, it tastes exactly like Nutella. It does, yeah. Okay, so this one has the sesame tahini Nutella on the bottom, some fresh rasps, and then another drizzle of good liquid gold on top. Cheers. Guys, I need a moment alone with this. I'll be back. This is actually a gift that my mum bought me a couple months back because she knows, like everyone knows, like everyone in my family, all of my friends, all of my enemies, of which I have many, they all know it's their duty when they see a new nut or seed butter, they're on it. I would like to give this a firm 10 out of 10. This is, look at that. Liquid brown. Can't forget about the avocado one. So yeah, this morning I don't know if I told you guys what I did on Instagram, that I bought a spin bike, and to be honest, it's the best investment I've ever bought in my life. Yeah, as much as I was getting on board with the home workouts, just doing circuits of like push-ups and lunges and squats and stuff like that. You all know I love a bit of cardio. Like normally I would swim or go on the Stairmaster before I did weights or something. Just something to I get a buzz out of sweating a lot. Just always have. I kind of don't feel right if I don't sweat in the morning. And of course, that's nothing to do with like wanting to gain or lose weight. It's like sweat is sweat, it's just water. You're just gonna replace it afterwards. But like having a good sweat in the morning is just part of my morning routine. So without that, I kind of felt lost. So yeah, I bought a spin bike. Yeah, so I probably did about an hour and 15 minutes on the bike this morning. And I do put the tension up quite high, so it really, you know, I love to feel that burn. My legs were burning. I just suffer with so much excessive adrenaline that if I don't have a form of burning it off, it just kind of drives me insane mentally. Like honestly, if I could have bought an adult hamster wheel, I did check on Amazon Prime to see if they sold adult hamster wheels so that I could just be like... But the spin bike was the next best thing, and honestly, such a good investment. I've got it forever. It was £200, which I know is a lot, but for me, I actually didn't waste any money because my gym membership is about £50 a month. And let's face it, the gym is going to be shut for about 4 months, so yeah. I feel like I've got lots of things to tell you. I have got lots of things to tell you. But first I need to eat. So I'm going to go waft this down, and I'll see you at lunch. Cheers. Do you know what? It was funny. I woke up this morning. Number one, didn't know what day it was. I actually thought it was Wednesday, and it's... What day is it? It's Friday. I'm filming this on a Friday. Number two, then I text one of my friends saying, oh my God, like, you know, this feels like it's just dragging on. I can't believe it's only week 2. And they were like, mate, it's day 4. We're not even on week 2 yet. And I'm like, yeah. One thing that is really affecting me is obviously not being able to see, essentially, my son, you know, Aslan. Because you know Aslan's like my son. If I don't see him like multiple times a week, I kind of just mentally crumble. So haven't been able to see him yet. It's just very difficult that like he's a 45-minute drive away and I can't see him. And the rest of my family and friends as well, right? It's like the actual daily routine, like the drag of being alone during the day doesn't affect me because I'm very used to that anyway. I'm very good at keeping myself, I'm very good at entertaining myself. Not like that. So yeah, that's the thing that's bothering me. That's the only thing that's bothering me, is not being able to see other people, especially my family, especially Aslan, that's like my son. And again, it's only day 4. Like, it's only day 4. And if we're being realistic, guys, like, yeah, let's be real. It's gonna be a few months before this is over. And I think we all need to mentally prepare for that. When I say we, I mean me. Another thing I wanted to bring up was about YouTube. Like, I'm very aware that I'm so lucky to be doing a job that hasn't been affected by all of this. You know, because obviously YouTubers typically work from home, edit from home, film from home, all that kind of stuff anyway, and then just post our videos online. However, on the flip side, you have to remember that YouTube is a big risk. It's a massive risk. We don't have a guaranteed paycheck every month like most jobs do. Even if you're in a, say you're in a low earning job, at least you know, if you're on a salary and you're employed, you know what you're gonna get every month, right? Whether that's a lot, whether it's not, whether it's, you know what I mean? But with YouTube, yes, we are lucky during this time, but also be aware that like most of the year, it's just such a risky job. Like, our videos can get demonetized. I have videos, one of my recent ones that has about 150,000 views, got all of the ads taken off of it, so I didn't earn a penny from it, even though I put about 20 hours of work into that video. And it's also like, being a YouTuber, it's very frustrating because it's almost like if something goes wrong with one of your videos, which is how we earn our money, you can't even speak to your boss. There are people you can contact at YouTube, but if I'm being honest, they're like robots. This video is totally gonna get demonetized for me saying all of this. Sorry YouTube, but you need to be exposed. It's funny because I was speaking to Gaz, as in Gaz Oakley, who I love by the way, the other day, because one of his recent videos got demonetized. And I was like, what did you say? Like, all of your content is totally appropriate for like people. And like, most of my videos are fully monetized, and we all know I've got a potty mouth and I always forget to bleep my F words out. And he was like, yeah, I said the C word. And I was like, what? Like, that's not like you at all. And he was like, no, the other C word. And I was like, oh, okay, so apparently we are not allowed to say the word that rhymes with Toblerone. So yeah, we're not allowed to say it, or our videos get totally flagged, which I kind of understand, because people could be giving trash advice and trying to sell things that like cure Dorona. Alright guys, so for lunch I am in the mood for something mineral rich and green. When am I not in the mood for something green? I was just about to say when I went to the grocery store yesterday. I don't even know if it was yesterday. It might have been the day before. It's all just a blur right now. I did manage to get my hands on a big bag of kale. And I've said before, if you don't like raw kale, obviously you can steam it, bake it, whatever, you stir fry it. But what I like to do is massage it with some lemon juice, avocado, salt, pepper. If you leave it for like 15 minutes, it tenderizes, and it also makes it a lot easier to digest. So I'm gonna make that. I've also got a bunch of sweet potatoes. I need to... Have I? Hold on. Oh, thank fuck for that. Okay, we good. I do in fact have sweet potatoes. So I'm gonna roast up some sweet potatoes, which I love the contrast between like the sweet and the bitter with the potatoes and the kale. We'll make some kind of bomb dressing, and that's the starting point, and we'll just build a bowl from there. So I am probably gonna go on another walk later as well. I know the rule is to walk once a day. We're allowed to do that. But I mean, really the rule, I know I'm kind of incriminating myself on camera, but that rule is in place so that you don't come in contact with other people, right? And trust me, on these walks that I go on in the countryside, there are no other people. Like at this point, I could probably end up having a conversation with a tree, but I'm not gonna see any other people. And yes, I know I shouldn't be using tin foil, I should be using parchment paper, but I ran out, so give me a break. Also, I will say, for those of you who are new around here, yes, I do cook with oil sometimes. I know, shock horror, a lot of vegans are still like afraid of it like it's poison. I'm not saying it's a health food, I'm just saying yes, I cook with it sometimes because it makes things taste better. That's it. Alright, so in the kale we're going to put some lemon juice. You can also use lime juice. Lots of pips, bare pips going in there. Fucking pips. Put in lots of creamy avocado. Avocado. You really want to get in there with your hands, make sure everything is nice and coated well. Also going to throw in some red cabbage that I just diced up. And we just leave this mix to sit and tenderize for like 15 to 20 minutes. And I promise you, if you never liked raw kale before, you will love it this way. The sweet potatoes are almost ready, nice and squishy, very hot. I would normally have something like tofu with this kind of meal for just extra protein. Don't have any tofu, but what I did have in my pantry was a can of butter beans. Didn't even have any chickpeas. I've never roasted butter beans before. I'm hoping you can roast them just like chickpeas. So I'm gonna put this back in the oven for another 10 minutes and hopefully these butter beans will get nice and crispy. Okay, so apparently roasting butter beans is a thing. These have kind of like, some of them have burst open, but they're all like really crispy as well. All right guys, so here is the final result. This is actually, for once, I'm using a normal sized bowl instead of my, I don't even know what to call my big one. It's kind of like a trough. But I did use a whole bag of kale, but like I said, once you massage it with the lemon juice, the avocado, and you leave it to sit, it does wilt down. And do you know what guys? Roasting butter beans is apparently a thing. I don't know why I have not done it before. They've come out really crispy, almost like, listen to this. And then of course I've got some of the perfectly squishy and caramelized orange sweet potatoes, which by the way, I will say, I haven't had a good Japanese sweet potato in like a year. I do feel like this does need just a little smidge of sriracha for a little kick. A nice drizzle of liquid gold, just a smidge. And happily apply to face. Cheers. But yeah, anyways, who would have known? Roasted butter beans, complete game changer. At this point, I'd normally say, oh, and you all know what's coming next, but we already did the nut butter review earlier. Too much is changing at once, guys. I just can't cope. Anyways, I'm gonna go munch through this. It is about, I think it's 4 PM. I might go for another walk through the fields, and I'll see you at dinner.
On a photograph, yeah, I'm scratching on a thermostat. Yeah, I'm giving up on looking back.